remember something that surprised me, that I had no remorse at all. None. I didn't feel sorry for him in the least. I felt power. I felt like my adrenaline in my body went completely out of control.
You were excited by it?
I guess it's like an animal going after its prey.
What did you say to yourselves when you're doing this to other people?
What do we say to ourselves while we're at the table cutting up the money? We didn't say too much.
Hey, what's up, guys? I wanted to take a second to remind you, please hit that subscribe button, and if you like what we're doing and want to support the channel, you can do that via Cash App at American Made Channel. Now, let's jump into the video. Salvatore Sammy the Bull Gravano, former Mafia hitman, Gambino crime family underboss, and now self-proclaimed Don of social media, has talked on his podcast about many of the 19 murders that he was involved in. 19 murders that has left countless victims in the wake. Parents, wives, sons, and daughters. Through the years, many of them have reached out to one another to band together to fight back against Sammy the Bull.
Police were knocking on our door, and, they told me my brother was murdered.
Jackie Colucci, Joe's little sister. Louis Melito, Gravano's best friend, and Gravano says partner in the crime business. His daughter Dina went to Gravano for help when her dad disappeared.
How could you not describe this man as a monster or a beast?
Sammy Gravano is not to be judge, jury, and execution.
Once a murderer, always a murderer, and they are allowing him to walk the streets.
Cindy DiBernardo's father was killed by Gravano. All these women whose fathers were killed say it's an outrage that Gravano went free after just 5 years in prison and now has his face on the cover of 200,000 books about his life. Gravano argues he has a right to his life story and says he's baffled at the way even the New York tabloids turn on you when you join up with the good guys.
The media treated me real good before I cooperated. I was a hero. Seemed like the more people you kill and the more things you do, you were a hero. John's still a hero. And after you cooperate, which is strange to me, you become a rat, a stool pigeon, a canary, the worst scum of the earth to them.
In 1978, Gravano's wife, Deborah Gravano, would become a victim herself when her brother, Nick Scibetta, would be taken out by Sammy the Bull.
Perhaps nothing tops what Gravano says he did back in 1978, when Nick Scibetta vanished.
Nick Scibetta.
Mm-hmm. Now, that was my wife's brother. That was an order from Paul Castellano. I was stuck with it. I participated in it. And it's another one of those things that basically happened. That's another one that killed me. To see my wife or my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, or people, it just tore me up.
Did you tell them? Did they know?
No. What do you want me to do? Go home and tell them I just killed your son? Or your brother? No, of course not.
They didn't suspect?
No.
Your wife didn't suspect?
No.
Gravano says he didn't know that after his brother-in-law was killed, the body would be dismembered.
Wasn't there some way you could get him out of town? Some way to get word to him to... did you owe that to your wife?
There's nothing I could have done. I know it sounds easy enough to say, get out of town or do something, and you see that in the movies, but that doesn't really work in real life. If I balked about it or didn't want to do it or whatever, I was going to.
How could you face your wife? How could you face your wife?
It's very difficult, but being in the mob all my life, I am trained for this. I am trained for double cross. I am trained to con.
But did you say, what have I become? What, with that blood on my hands, what am I?
I'm a gangster. That's exactly what I am.
knew how to do was use his two hands to murder people. Period. The end.